Earlier this month, we had the 40th anniversary of the eradication of smallpox officially. The World Health Organization declared it eradicated. Although the last confirmed case of naturally occurring smallpox was in Somalia in 1977, and there was one case where this woman in Britain died because she contracted it in a lab. That being said, the big question is smallpox truly gone? The answer is terrifyingly no, not quite. So far there are two there are two known samples of it. There are one is in Atlanta in this really high security government facility. The other is a few dozen miles away from Moscow in Russia, i.e. the former Soviet Union. However, could smallpox come back? The answer is yes. And because there have been a few smallpox outbreaks in places like Siberia and probably a few other places in northern Canada and things like that. I'm not confirming or denying it. I'm just simply saying there could be some locked away in frozen parts of the world, you know. But, and anyway, as you're probably aware, there is climate change, and despite what industrialists will want you to believe, climate change is real, and it could be pretty bad. Yeah, and I just decided to make this video with the quarantine, with the bathrobe on and things like that, because I'm just trying to portray the times, you know? Anyway, what you need to know about smallpox is that what it can do. About 30% of people who got it ended up dying. And yes, you can vaccinate for it. That's the good news. The bad news is that most Americans under 40 have never been vaccinated, and the vaccines for older people are kind of might be a little worn out, and they haven't had boosters. They probably haven't had boosters for it. So the older people have some protection, but anyone under 40 probably doesn't have any. I know I don't. But anyway, there was this massive scare that smallpox might come back, and the government really ramped up, America really ramped up their efforts to get a whole stash of smallpox vaccines. Makes you wonder why they have enough for all of us, but it makes you wonder why they haven't given it to us and making it part of the regular medical curriculum. Something tells me that the government would try to seize the opportunity to do something, to impose martial law. They already are starting to do that with this coronavirus, or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, smallpox could very well be locked away in the tundra, and the permafrost. And it could very well be unleashed one day. And if it does, God help us all. Because remember, vaccines are not cures, they are prevention. Once you get it, it's too late. And, anyway, smallpox can also leave you with permanent disabilities. It can damage internal organs and leave you blind. What's really scary is that there is a related disease called Horsepox. It's nowhere near as severe, but it is related. Kind of like diet smallpox or smallpox light. But anyway, the thing is that another scary thing is that why did I bring this up? I just had lost my thought there, but I remember why I brought this up. Yes. Anyway, the thing is that if you can create is that somebody recreated the virus that causes horsepox, like just created it from scratch. And if he could do that, he could resurrect smallpox. That being said, is the real scary part is he didn't do it in a, you know, a fancy, sophisticated lab, super secret lab like in the movies. He did it in his kitchen using, I don't remember exactly what he used, but it was something that any one of us could buy off the internet. I think it was a DNA testing kit or something. I'm not too sure. But anyway, if some terrorist group or somebody ever figures out how to make, or some guy who just hates humanity ever figures out how to make smallpox, we're in a lot of shit. Because the lockdowns that would be implemented and the government controls, it would be like coronavirus, but except way, way worse. It would be this lockdown we're experiencing now with the volume turned up. And it would be utterly devastating. So, what do I advise you to do? Stock up on supplies. More importantly, learn as much as you can about things like this. And be prepared to and watch out for anything that might come our way, be it smallpox, coronavirus, the government, or the economic collapse. Because like I said, if you think this coronavirus lockdown is bad, it is sheer Candyland compared to what would happen if smallpox ever returns. Let us all pray that smallpox just stays in the past where it rightfully belongs and never, ever returns to haunt us again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it educational. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all. Stay safe.